What's going on, beautiful people? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, this morning I get on Instagram and I see a message from Casanova 2X or Casanova 2 times. Whichever way you pronounce it, I often just call him Casanova. And Casanova puts out a message to the people on Instagram that reads, if one of the higher ups really made someone look into my case, I would be home right now. And y'all, when I saw this message, it was quite sad to see, for real. It's obviously a cry for help. It's obviously a cry from help, and it seemed like he wants Jay-Z and Roc Nation to help get him out of this situation, or anybody that's helping people get out of jail, whether it be Kim Kardashian or somebody. He want a call to be made on his behalf because he don't want to be in jail 1 minute of the day. Not at all, right? And this is a message to the youth. I want y'all to understand, and this is not meant in no way to diminish Casanova's character. I'm not trying to clown him out. I'm not trying to make him seem like he's soft or nothing like that, because I don't want to be in jail 1 minute of the day either. But I want to tell the youth, don't let these rappers fool y'all, right? They can rap about going to jail all they want to. They can glamorize it all they want to. They can make it seem cool, make it seem like it's a badge of honor or it's a stripe in the street. They get in these songs and talk about how they willing to do the time, how they willing to catch a body and do the time for it. They willing to do 20 years, so on and so forth. They talk about they start talking about how they know the consequences of their actions and all of this, and they'll sit in jail for killing somebody. They'll sit in jail for killing you with no problem. And look what's going on right now, right? Honestly, these dudes don't want to be in jail at all. They can say all they want to say, but it's obvious. These dudes ain't even trying to do 5 years, 2 years. So you know they ain't trying to do no damn 25, 30 years at all, especially when they coming from affluence and luxury. They coming from a life of luxury, going to a cell. They not trying to be in that. They trying to go right back in the street, messing with all the chicks. They trying to be at the parties. They trying to be living in luxury. They trying to be flossy. They trying to be icy. They trying to do all of that. They trying to be iced up on a regular occasion. They not trying to sit in no cell, despite what they telling y'all in this music, for real, right? Because it's crazy. Casanova is a dude that's been in and out of jail for majority of his life. He talked about it all the time in interviews. He talked about, basically, he got adjusted to be in jail all the time. It was just like he was in prison. He was running a joint and all this and all of that, and he was taking a house from people and all that in jail and all of that, right? Taking the phones from folks and all that. And it was crazy. He talked about the fact that he came from like a middle class background. He had everything he needed. He just wanted to play in the street, right? And see, this is the thing though. When he was going to jail then, it probably wasn't no problem to him because he felt like, I'm a street dude. This is what my lifestyle is, and so on and so forth. And he wasn't, even though he wasn't living in poverty, he wasn't living in a life of luxury. See, now he done been at the Roc Nation brunches. He done been cooling with Fabulous, with Jay-Z, standing arm to arm with Jay-Z, shoulder to shoulder with Jay-Z and all these real affluent dudes. They got a whole lot of money. He done been around all the rappers that he looked up to growing up. He done been around a whole lot of money, even if it wasn't his money. He done been next to dudes with a whole lot of bread. He done been in situations where he done seen a whole lot of money be made, be passed around. He done got some of that money, right? After seeing all of that shit, he not trying to go to no jail at all. He want to get out immediately. Immediately. By all means. And I ain't talking about like by all means, but he ready to get out. He's ready to get out. And unfortunately, he's in a messed up situation where he got to sit in jail right now. People are like, oh, he might as well tell. He gonna tell. I don't know. I'm not here to say who gonna tell and none of that. I'm not interested in none of that. What I'm interested in is telling the youth that it's nothing good in being a street dude, for real. It's nothing good and glamorous like people think it is. This shit is not glamorous at all. A lot of times you're going to be mixed up in some bullshit you rather not be in. You're going to be possibly facing jail time because you're running with a crew of dudes who are reckless and wild and they don't give a damn about your well-being or how much you up in status. They're going to be wild and reckless and do reckless shit around you, and then you're going to be involved in the mix of it. Or if you a dude that's still perpetuating that street life when you done got some money and living good and all of that, you gonna get sucked right into some bullshit, all right? Now, when he said if one of the higher-ups really made someone look into my case, I feel like he want Jay-Z, a.k.a. the Jigga Man, to help get him out of prison, right? He want that Meek Mill hookup to get up out of jail. He want to get out of jail free card for real. Unfortunately, I remember him saying this in an interview when Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z his boy, right? Jay-Z brother, Tata. He said Tata told him, look, you getting into it with 6ix9ine, leave that shit alone, bro. It's not gonna go nowhere. What you mad at dude for? What you into it with him? What you into it with him for? Leave that alone. He told him, because if you get locked up, they not coming to get you out. Rock Nation not coming to get you out at all. They jigging them not coming to get you out of jail. They not, no, it's over with, basically. He told him it's over with once you get locked up. It's a wrap. And now he's seeing that. You know what I mean? And he was partying and kicking it with all these rappers and all these different entertainers, and they all, bro, what's up, bro? I love you, bro. What's up, bro? I love you, bro. And now he not around them, and they not finna go and put themselves in this situation and all of that, and rightfully so, because they didn't have nothing to do with the situation, and they probably wasn't really his mans like that in the first place, right? But this is the thing, too. Because people talking about, oh, well, you know, it's messed up situation. And, yeah, but some things can be avoided. The problem is, man, Cass relished in the street activity. He relished in being a street dude. Now, being a street dude is part of his story because it's who he is. It's one thing to be telling your story, and it's another thing to relish in street shit, like street antics. Wallow from Gillian, from $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, Wallow tells his story about the things robbing people how he used to do. But he doesn't relish in being a street dude. He's not trying to live up to that. He's not trying to move as a street dude. He's not trying to be on his bully. He's not trying to be tough 24/7. You can meet Wallow with so much energy, a positive energy, you would never know Wallow did 20 years in prison. At all, right? Cass, on the other hand, I don't know no songs by Cass for real. But I know I've seen him plenty of times playing bully, playing Debo, trying to be the enforcer in situations, trying to let everybody know he's the biggest street dude in the room. He telling us, it's videos of him, like his most gangster moments. He telling dudes in the dice game, you would get robbed, I'll rob you, and all, you'll get robbed up in here, and all this and all of that. And on his bully 24/7, it's like, bro, let that energy got to get from around you, bro. Let that shit go. Get that energy up off of you. It's nothing but negativity that's going to come from that. You know what I mean? Nothing but negativity is going to come from you trying to relish and being a street dude 24/7. Yeah, it's cool to these broads. It's cool to these broads. It's cool to these young boys, and you can impress them, and you can poke your chest out and have them fearful of you and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you can't take street credit to the bank. You can't take street credibility to the bank. Street cred don't get you nowhere. It's not finna get you what you think it's gonna get you, right? Playing in the street is really no winning in the street antics and street bullshit. I'm from Chicago, Illinois all day long. Majority of the street rappers from here, either in the days, a lot of them are deceased. A lot of their friends either are deceased, or a lot of their friends in jail, or they in jail, right? It's nothing but despair and sorrow around those situations. Cass didn't really know it. He didn't understand. You got to let that shit go. When you get to a certain level, leave that alone, right? Leave that alone. I'm watching him right now saying if one of the higher ups really he want to get up out of there. He like, man, I need help. And this before this, he was talking about how nobody wasn't writing him and nobody was contacting him. All the dudes he was running around with, nobody showing him love. Now that he in jail, so on and so forth. And you know, again, it's so crazy to me because in interviews in their everyday life, dudes are being there talking about how they willing to do the time, they willing to sit in jail, they are rot in jail if they got to stand on their principles as a street dude and all this and all of that. As a street dude, they stand on these principles, and the moment they get locked up, is let me out of here. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. Because in reality, don't nobody want to sit down 25, 30 years if they ain't got to. Despite the bullshit they telling y'all, the shit don't add up. When you done been out here in the real world making some good money, some good bread, like Cass is out here making some paper for real, allegedly, right? Running around Rock Nation, all that. He out here doing shows and all that. He getting them some money. When you done been in that lifestyle and you done been around that aura, you not trying to go back to the criminal ilk, right? That's why you got to leave that criminal shit alone. Leave that bullshit alone. It's not worth nothing. Leave it in the past, because ultimately you're going to get sucked into some stuff that you don't want to be in, right? Now he in prison right now. He had a lady going in there. I think he was maybe engaged or whatever, you know, and all that stuff run through people's mind. You people think they don't, man. Listen, you wondering what your woman in there, what your woman outside doing, you know, you wondering about, is people really going to hold you down like they said they was? Are they gonna really be rocking with you like they was when you was out? Now that you locked up, and from his own accounts, they not. So it's like, it's not worth it at all, man. Again, dudes are sitting here in these interviews talking about they know the consequences of their actions, they willing to do the time, so on and so forth. And then when they get in jail, it's let me up out of here. People don't love me no more. People ain't worried about me. People not caring about me no more. Ain't nobody trying to contact me no more. I'm lonely in here. Ain't nobody helping me. I need to get up out of here. I need help. I need help. Because that shit is for the birds, bro. For real. All that tough bravado about going to jail and I'll do the time and it's a badge of honor. That shit is for the birds. It's an image. It's a facade. Dudes will sit up here and act like that's what it is all about, that, and it's all about this and that and the third. They trying to get up out that hellhole. They trying to get up out of there, especially when they coming from affluence. Even when they not coming from affluence, they don't want to be in that shit at all. They don't. They telling you that right now. That's what they got to tell themselves to basically let themselves live with the fact that they made a mistake and now they got to deal with that consequence. But they're not trying to be in there. They're not trying to be locked up like that. They want to be out free in the real world like me and you, living productive lives and just having fun and enjoying the fruits of their labor. That's why, young men, please do not fall into that trap. Please do not fall into that trap. Me being here, I seen this city swallow a lot of young men whole because they did not have a mind of their own. They couldn't think for themselves. They couldn't be leaders. And then they started being followers and going down the path that everybody felt like was the right path, like everybody felt like was the cool path for them to take. And now they sitting in jail wishing they was never cool in the first place. They wish they never did all the cool shit that all the street dudes did, excuse my language, all the street dudes did. They wishing they never did none of that stuff no more. They wish they could leave it alone. They wish they could leave it all the way alone now. Because they know nothing good come from that shit at all. Nothing prosperous is going to come from being in the streets, running around, being a criminal. Leading criminal lifestyle. Nah, bro. All that it's over with. It's over with. They giving dudes football numbers and making you sit down. Making you sit down and making you think about all the stuff that you did and how it wasn't worth it at all. And unfortunately, it's very sad because the brother got out of jail. He lived a hard life. He willingly chose to live a hard life and got in jail and all that. Was in and out of jail. He came out and was changing his life. Was living a lucrative life, getting some good funds. They had a pretty woman, going around, taking trips here, there, and everywhere, dressing nice, get all the nice jewelry. And now you got to go back to where you came from before. Got to go all the way back to square one. Restart all the way over. And now you're getting way more time than you ever had before in your life. Brother, that's like, listen, man. That ain't no game, man. It ain't no game. That's why a lot of these young dudes, they do all that type of, they crash out. They go to jail and you see a lot of wet pillows in jail because they crying because they realize it wasn't worth it in the first place, man. And this is a cry for help, it seemed like, man. And it's sad because the brother had a promising future. You know what I'm saying? If he really had nothing to do with anything, I'm hoping the brother get out of jail. If he really had nothing to do with it, nothing to do with what's going on, I'm hoping he get out of jail and get a fresh start. But if he is to get out of jail and get a fresh start, if he is, hopefully so, I'm hoping he learns from this and recognizes he got to cut all that stuff go. You can't reach for the stars and hold on to the grass at the same time. Leave that street shit in the past. Go on and live a productive, lucrative life and go on with your life and live good. All that trying to be real for these dudes on the block and trying to prove something, all that something to prove shit, leave that. It's done. It's over with. It's over with. Because again, I'm not trying to do a day in jail. And obviously, the most street dudes ain't trying to be in jail like that, as you can see. So this shit is not a game. There's nothing glamorous about it. There's nothing pretty about going to jail. Leave it alone, man. It's sad, but it's a harsh reality of that street lifestyle, man. And again, people talking about Jay-Z, you can't blame Jigga, man, for stuff that you were involved in and people you had around you after you were giving a warning by Jay-Z's man, his brother, telling you, hey, man, you getting something that bullshit? You're done. You're done. After you get that warning shot, that ain't Jigga fault that you getting into that and you ain't getting out. Jay-Z told Beanie Siegel, that was his man's, Beans was his man's. When the judge, Beanie Siegel said, when the judge asked Jay-Z, if we let him go, are you going to be responsible for his actions? Are you going to be responsible for him? Jay-Z told the judge, Your Honor, no. He said that about Beans, his man's, the dude that helped him put Rockefeller into play, help him submit Rockefeller as a strong label with strong artists. He told the judge no on behalf of Benny Siegel, no. So you know what he finna tell you, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.